This video is an overview of the Edit menu in MimioStudio Notebook. The Edit menu has many features that you are familiar with from other programs: undo, redo, cut, copy, paste, delete, and then select all, which is possibly a little different from other ones you have seen. So let's start with undo. I have this rectangle that I've made, and I don't want it to be in the center, so I move it up here, and then I decide I don't like it there, I want it to go back to the center. I can go to Edit and Undo, and it will take it back to where I started. The Undo button only undoes one move at a time. So if I move the rectangle here, and then I make it bigger, and I decide I don't like any of that, I need to do Undo twice to get back to the beginning. If I decide, you know what, I do like that after all, I can undo the undo by clicking redo. So the last thing that happened was I moved it back to center, so if I do redo, it takes it back up to here. And this one can also chain and do multiple ones. If I do redo again, it'll make it big. The next feature is cut. And you'll notice that right now cut is not highlighted or not activated. That's because I don't have any objects selected. Cut, copy, and delete only work when you have an object selected. So I need to pick the object that I want to work with, and right now all I have is a rectangle. So I will take my rectangle and I will go up here and I can cut it. And what that does is it removes it and it stores it on the clipboard, which is just a part of the memory, and then I can put it back into the document later if I want to. It will only stay on the clipboard until I copy something else or cut something else. Only one thing can be on the clipboard at a time. So if I want to put that back in, then I would go up here and I would click paste, and it comes back in. Now let's say I want to have two rectangles and I want them to be exactly the same. I can use the copy feature. So if I click on this and then go up here and do copy, it makes a copy onto the clipboard, and then I can paste it and get a second one. And I can do that as many times as I want to get as many rectangles as I want. The next feature is delete. And that completely removes an object. It doesn't store it on the clipboard, it just gets rid of it. And we can see an example of this. If I make another rectangle, I'll make a little one. And I select it and delete it. If I decide, hey, I want that back, and try to do paste, it won't happen because the last thing that I copied on the clipboard was this big one. So if I want to get that little one back, I would have to undo that move and then undo the paste and then undo the delete, and I get this one back. All of these features that we've just talked about, undo, redo, cut, copy, paste, and delete, have shortcut icons up here. So I can undo, I can redo. If I have something selected, I can cut it, I can paste it, I can copy it, and then it would paste again, or I can delete all of those. Then you don't have to go to the menu and find what you want. The final option is select all, and you use that if you want to do something with all of the objects on the page. So select all gets all of them for you. I do need to make a clarification about all of the objects. It selects any objects that are not locked. So if I add a couple more rectangles in here, I can do something called locking an object, and you can find more about that in the lock section of the user guide. But basically what it does is it makes it so you can't move that object. When you use select all, it only selects the objects that are not locked. So you'll see that these four rectangles are selected, but this one is not. So that's the edit menu. If you'd like more information about the select all feature, you can go to that section of the user guide. There's also a video that tells you more about it.